There is a version of you who's already won at life. He's done everything you'd ever dreamed of accomplishing. That's already done, checked off for him. He has far more ambitious goals than you, and eventually he will achieve them in the future. But you're here with nothing at your belt, and the only thing that's consistent with you is how you keep losing. What if I told you that you could stop losing entirely? You can even start winning more than you ever imagined. That can start by the end of this video. The only reason you're losing so much is due to your self-image making you becoming that person. Essentially, your self-image is how you see yourself. You cannot become any better or worse than how you see yourself. You'll act exactly the way you see yourself. You perceive yourself to be, you'll act like that. If you perceive yourself to be a loser with no friends who's never going to be successful, your brain will make that true. It's pretty hard to deviate from that when it's set in stone. So let me ask you a question. Do you know there's probably one person you know who's seems to be good at everything. They seem to have it all. Good social life, good everything, good studies, good school, good fitness, successful in almost anything. If I put you and the person you know together and gave you a skill to learn that you both know nothing about, in the same amount of time, he'd be far more successful than you despite having the exact same circumstances. Why is that? Simply because his self-image allows him to do that, while your self-image just cuts you off and makes you more of a loser. The reason your self-image is not that good and that the other guy's self-image just serves him is because of your childhood. So whatever happened in your childhood led you up to here. Your self-image is formed essentially from memories and beliefs that were formed during when you were a child. So if you had a bad experience in childhood, that's probably why you're like this right now. There's no point of complaining and being sad because there's nothing we can do about it. It is out of control now. But what is in your control is what you do now. So pay attention really closely to the rest of this video. So essentially, as previously stated, we can't change the way we act unless we change our self-image. So our self-image, as I said, is previously formed by stored data. These stored data, essentially our memories, form beliefs in our mind that form the system, which is our self-image. If we've failed at, let's say, we are always last in running in a race, right? Whatever. If that happened to us enough times, the stored data, which are memories of us losing the race, would then conclude that we are not good or we are slow, essentially. So the next time you will plan to run a race, you'll have this belief in your head. You are slow. Then your mind will make that true automatically without you even realizing. Then by the end of that time, you're last place in the race. That's what happens. So how are we going to change this? If we want to get a new self-image which makes us successful, our mind needs to have memories of success that it can form a belief that we are successful, which will be added to the self-image update and remove all the bad stuff. But the issue is, with our current self-image, it's impossible for us to get any success. That is our dilemma. We need to have experience with success if we want to be successful and break this losing cycle. Here's a lucky break for us though. Our mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience or something real. Think about nightmares, for example. When you get a nightmare, you wake up with a cold sweat, your heart's pounding. But then you're still in bed though. Nothing actually happened. Nothing real actually happened. It's all that the dream was so real, your body reacted physically. The same thing with horror movies. When you're watching, you get that sort of jump scare adrenaline spike because your body reacts to the movie. If you fully engross in it, it makes it seem real almost. So if we can imagine and place these synthetic memories of success, which then will form beliefs of our success, which then would update our self-image, allowing us to become successful. So that's exactly what we have to do. So step one, we need to find what we need to be successful at. Let's say a goal, 10K a month. That's an example. Could be with the gym, anything you want, anything that means anything to you. So what you're meant to do now is to visualize you achieving the goal, which is just basically proof and evidence of your success. Don't visualize the method or the journey. Visualize what would happen right after you won the race or you did the thing, you made the money, you had the sale. Visualize that moment right after you won. If you keep doing this, make it vivid enough, your brain will interpret that as a stored data of something you've won. See, that means, let's say you imagine winning the race. You can hear the crowd cheering, people's putting the medal on you. You feel good. You get this almost warm feeling like you've actually won if you did it vividly enough. I mean, your brain's gonna interpret this as a memory, you being successful. Then your brain's gonna think, if you achieve this, if you won the race, that means you're fit and you're fast. You can win all the other races because you did it before. Your brain is gonna repeat that, do it again. That's gonna update the self-image. But another issue here, we have to do this multiple times. Let's say we have thousands of negative beliefs. We just made one positive belief. That's gonna look real weird, right? It's real inconsistent. Our brain will choose to regret that. It's like an outlier, essentially. So what we have to do before our brain rejects and forgets that, we have to keep implanting another one. Add the second positive memory of you being successful, then the third, and then the fourth, and then the 1001st, essentially. It's a pretty strenuous process. It's not easy to do this. It's pretty hands-on, pretty practical. It's gonna take some time. And then another thing that can affect this, if you go around acting like this person, but then your physical and life has lagged behind your self-image, people are still gonna think that you're still the same person. They're gonna treat you like the same person. And your brain will interpret this as if you're still the same person and combat those positive beliefs that we implanted previously. So stay away from people who try to project your old self-image onto you, essentially. So you might have to go into this 3 months of full focus on yourself, a bit alone, like a monk mode period, or just where you disappear for a bit. If you truly want this to benefit you, I recommend doing that. That's what I did. Work wonders. And if you're curious about this whole thing, this whole self-image thing, subconscious mind, reprogramming everything, I'll click the link in the description. It's basically everything you need to know, and my personal system that allow you to do the same thing that I did, which is change my self-image, which basically allowed me to get far more success in anything I do, made me a happier person overall. It has so many benefits. I recommend clicking that link down below, getting the discount because it's on pre-sale. Essentially that. So that's all I have to say right now. The main summary, if I could tell you now, is mainly implant these positive beliefs into your mind. Keep doing it until they become normal and consistent. And once you have enough consistent positive beliefs, your mind will take the negative as the inconsistency and delete that. So that means you have a fully positive self-image will drastically change your life. So I hope this helped you. I hope you gain some insight into everything. I would subscribe before me to keep making more like this. Write a comment so this would boost the algorithm, getting to more people who can also be helped and have a benefit for this. Thank you for watching.